this morning, we have an exclusive announcement from Instagram. Beginning today, Instagram is introducing a new personal fundraiser feature. It's a way to use the app to raise money for anything that's important to you, from a specific cause to a business that perhaps need help, even if it's just a friend that you know in need.
And one of the first to use the feature is influencer Dani Koch, an artist raising money to have her works displayed in classrooms in support of racial and social justice. Dani, good morning. It's so nice to have you with us.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, congratulations on your Instagram account. It's just exploding. So before we get to this fundraiser that I know you're launching today, let's talk about your illustrations that you started posting on Instagram that grabbed so much attention. How would you describe your work and its goal as we look at some of the pictures?
Yes. So the goal behind all of my work is to really encourage action and inspire justice through guiding people on how to love their neighbor well. So a big part of me stepping into this space was noticing a gap with not only illustration that is representative and inclusive, but also art that works to illustrate complex ideas and make things that may seem complex a little bit more simple and easier to digest and understand. So I set out to use my illustrations not only to explain and express these things, but to also shed a little bit of light on such a difficult topic in hopes that other people are more inspired and encouraged to engage.
And I think you're certainly doing that, considering you picked up more than 500,000 followers in just 6 months. So one of your early pieces was in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. And from there, you began really leaning into creating artwork that helps inform the conversation about race. So what kind of feedback are you hearing, and what reactions are you seeing from people online?
Yes, so it's actually pretty unreal. I'm mostly hearing from people who never felt like they had the right words or knew exactly what to say or do in reference to this conversation, and they felt welcome and invited into the conversation because of the way that I chose to approach the topics through my art. And it's been absolutely insane to witness. In 1 week, I saw 300,000 new people join me in that space, and it's only grown from there. And so what inspires me to continue is just seeing the fact that people not only want to continue the conversation, but want to learn more to be able to apply all that they're learning and understanding to their direct spheres of influence, which is the goal for me, for sure.
Your illustrations are beautiful as we're looking at them now. I know in May you faced an issue where a lot of people were reposting your work without even giving you any credit, and you hit it head on. And there are a lot of influencers, especially African Americans, who see that happening and they go after it. They feel like other people are taking it and then other people get the credit. You know, how did you go about that? What message were you trying to explain?
Yes. So basically, I'm very open to the idea of sharing my content. I create it so that it is shared. But what I was understanding and noticing was that due to the subject matter, not a lot of influencers, especially white influencers, knew what to say or do when it came to this conversation. So a lot of them were using my artwork as kind of the way to open the door to conversation with their following, which was great until it started to turn into people crossing out my name or adding a heavy filter or really trying to take credit for the work itself in an effort to maybe appeal to their audience and make them appear to be more into the conversation than they actually were. So my goal behind addressing it head on was to say, hey, I love that you're sharing, but if you're an influencer, especially a white influencer in this space when we're dealing with racial injustice in America, it's important for you to know that when you are taking control of the conversation instead of amplifying Black voices, you are actually affirming the same system that we're seeking to dismantle, because you're not amplifying our voice, you're centering yourself. And so after I put that statement out there, I got really positive reactions, especially from influencers who did not realize that that's what they were doing. And it really helped to change that conversation.
And real quick, because we're just about out of time, but with Instagram's new crowdfunding feature, what are you doing with that? What are you going to do today?
Yes, so we're launching a fundraiser to get posters of my allyship and anti-racism artwork into the hands of 200 teachers across America. So I really want to make this information more accessible, increase representation in the classroom, and really aid in the conversation at large.
Well, it certainly will aid in the conversation. Dani, thank you so much for joining us. We love seeing your work.
Thank you, Dani.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.